friends. Here we are at the 5th episode of the 8th season of Game of Thrones. I don't really know what to say. It was, I thought it was a very good episode in the sense where, they're wrapping up a lot of things. I want to give my opinion on one special thing first of what happened. And that was the battle between Sandor and the Mountain, which was, in my opinion, long-awaited and a great fan service. I really felt for Sandor. He was a son of a bitch, really. Nasty character. I love this character a lot. But he was a guy that respected strength and was a real warrior. And he wasn't, deep down he had some good in him. We could remember that when he turned from his really self-interest, mercenary ways, and decided to start, to take a side. And to see him fall with his brother to the wall, that was a poetic ending. It was, and he laughed. It was the best way they could end his character. I was glad it wasn't something stupid like, he fights him and he, kills him. That his brother kills him. And the Mountain was nasty, wasn't he? It was a big giant zombie kind of thing. And I enjoyed, another death that I enjoyed was the Necromancer. That's what I call him, the Necromancer, which was the hand of Cersei's hand. I hated that guy. I hated him ever since he came on the show. He was one nasty, slimy character, and they got rid of him. They got rid of him. His own creation killed him. Kind of poetic justice there too for him. So those were two good things. I thought it was extremely cheesy. I did not like, I don't know yet. But if Cersei and Jaime are dead from the rubble falling on them and the thing, it doesn't matter now and all this, let's die together. I thought that was really, really cheesy. Come on. Cersei was one nasty, then you have to see her cry. Please don't let me die. I want my baby to live. Come on. You killed people and laughed about it.
Your daughter will die here in this cell. And you will be here watching when she does. You'll be here the rest of your days. If you refuse to eat, we'll force food down your throat. You will live to watch your daughter rot. To watch that beautiful face collapse into bone and dust. All the while contemplating the choices you've made. Make sure the guards change the torches every few hours. I don't want her to miss a thing.
I'll never forget that part. That was nasty. And I didn't think it was, I thought that was pretty nasty too. So, things like that. To see her die that way, kind of like almost like it was almost like a romantic thing. Like, oh, let's die together. It was kind of cheesy. I did not like that. I did like that they killed the king of the Iron Fleet, or the Ironborn, which he was a real asshole. But his fight with Jaime, I was actually cheering for Jaime. I didn't want Jaime to go out by getting killed by that asshole. I just did not like him. There was so many unlikable characters in this series at this point. It's pretty funny. And let me see what else was interesting here. I like the way Tyrion had the brother and brother moment, brother to brother moment with Jaime, and he got him out. He risked his life to get him out and try to save everybody's life and stuff. I kind of like that. It was something that he was willing to do to save the people and to repay his brother, because when he was at his lowest, Jaime was on his side, so he saw that it was necessary to do something about it. The depth of Varys. Now that was I think Varys acted too hastily. It was kind of like against his character. He was really like on a mission to take care of business behind the scenes and stuff. I did not like that. I think he would have done it in a more clever way. Probably wouldn't have got caught. This guy, come on, this is the guy that found the guy that had castrated him after so many years and had him shipped to him in a chest. I don't know if you remember that. He had him shipped to him in a chest, and he had him with no hands or fingers. He was inside the box. That shit was chilling. It made his character seem like, whoa, don't mess with him. He has a network that is very slick and very powerful. So I kind of didn't like that. I didn't like the way he got caught. I think he acted a little bit out of character in a sense. Yeah, he had a strong opinion. Maybe he should have kept it to himself and done it at a time when there was a little bit more vulnerability or a little bit more of a chance to do something or see what was going to happen. He claimed he saw so many, he'd been under so many rulers, but rulers have to deal with large issues, and it was a terrible thing. And this is where I get into the politics part. And I think, and maybe a lot of people are wondering, what the hell did Dany do? They surrendered. They rang the bell. The Lannister army threw down their weapons and stuff. And okay, so in a perfect world, the Lannisters would have just given up. Cersei would have walked down, given up, broken the scepter in front of her, or bent the knee, and everybody would have just, they would have taken down all their lions and went back to Castle Rock happily ever after and never, have to bother with them again. And all the people would have been saved in the city, and the city would have been, working in the same way it had been working and so on. Now, my take on it, I think I'm agreeing with Dany, because I don't think she acted from an irrational passion or anger. I think she took it like she did. She does a lot of her decisions are based on being a ruler. She is preparing herself to be a ruler of 7 kingdoms. Huge. This is gigantic. This is not just one city, one region. This is the whole Shabab, that whole area, from the north to the south. And winter is coming, and that's going to be crazy. So, I think she did the right thing by choosing to raise or annihilate King's Landing.
Bullshit. Keep it as the safest place in the city.
Wait, excuse me. That's some people don't think that.
Total and utter bullshit.
So some people think that's BS. I think that she did the right move. I mean, it was hard, it was harsh, but it's something. This is what happens in war. Now, it's funny because Sandor gives Arya that talk about Get out of here. Don't let this do this to you. Look what I've become. Let me, and and she thanks him for that piece of wisdom, and he goes along, and he goes on his path of revenge to kill his brother that had harmed him and tortured him his entire life. And that was a touching moment, really, when he grabbed her head and he said, "Don't do this." He actually showed some sort of tenderness, which is a rare thing from him. So I think he grew to respect, even maybe even love Arya. I don't know, in a romantic sense, maybe in a comrade or a sister or like a family member, like a, we'd gone through hell together. They've been together and went on the road together and stuff. So I mean, I thought that was great, but she, I think, is going to be really upset about the whole killing, because she saw the killing of the innocent people of King's Landing, and she was right in the middle of it. She almost got killed herself. I thought it was interesting that a white horse comes at the end. If I'm not mistaken, death rides a pale horse. So I think that's kind of symbolic. She's already killed the Night King. I don't know what she's going to be planning now. I don't think she's planning on killing anyone, but I don't think she's going to be very happy with Daenerys. And maybe the North is going to try to be autonomous or something. I don't know, but I don't think that's going to work. The North is going to have to bend the knee to Dany and be part of her kingdoms or part of her realm. And I don't know if they're going to like that. I don't know if they're going to do that. Jon looked like he was turning a little bit on her he didn't want to see people getting hurt in the war, of course, in a Jon sense. But I don't know. I feel in my opinion, I think that they really softened up Jon's character. I'll tell you why. I mean, this is the guy that killed a Kirk Stark for killing a prisoner of war. Okay, I mean, they killed those two Lannisters. I remember it was one episode, and he beheaded the guy. He took the law into his own hands and killed the guy. I mean, this was it's a saying in the North. If you pass the sentence, you must be able to execute it. If you say someone is guilty, you have to swing the sword that's going to perform the rite of the execution. So, I mean, I don't know. It's a rough call. I just don't see like what people are thinking, or probably people are thinking, that okay, next week Jon and Daenerys are gonna go head to head, and Jon is they're gonna be forced to kill Dany, and then they're gonna have to kill the dragon, and they're gonna have to get rid of everybody, all the people, because those Unsullied and those Dothraki are zealots. They are freed slaves, and also the Dothraki. I just don't see the Dothraki running to the side of anybody that kills Dany, because that's the unburned queen or whatever. I mean, this is a big deal. She's a Khaleesi. She's everything. So, I mean, I just don't see that as a plausible way of, well, let's figure this out. Let's have Dany give up the throne. Here you go, Jon. We could rule together as aunt and nephew. And this is what I really don't want to happen. It's haunting my thoughts that Arya is going to kill Dany and assume her identity as the queen. And And there we have it. The Starks rule the North as the Dragon Queen. But I really hope that doesn't happen, and I don't think it will. I just want to say that. I want to say that this is going to be a big shooting match again, or a rally next week. I don't know what's going to happen. I think that's it. I mean, that was one nasty destruction of an entire. I don't know if she destroyed the whole city. I think she destroyed like half of it. She destroyed the tower, the Red Keep, which was wow. Knocked that down, and I think it's to show that she's building a new realm. She is going to build a new kingdom on top of the rubble of the old, which was corrupt anyway, which has been said is corrupt. The families were killing themselves. Just the wars just never ended. And I think that's what's happening. I think that's her plan. She wants to end it, and it's going to be a tough call because she did agree with certain terms before this happened, and at each turn she was denied, which I thought which was poignant. Like if she was crazy, she wouldn't deal with any terms. She wouldn't give an inch of space. But she was. She tried to deal with Cersei. I want to remember that. And Cersei just said, no, sorry. Just killed the girl right there, outright. All right, I'm just going to hurt you maliciously. And it's terrible. So I don't know. We'll see next week. This is Great Big Sword, signing out. Good night, friends.